I wanted to get a band together for fun, but to do the sort of classic blues from the Chicago chess era, you know, the 60s, and when it was all more electric, you know, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. And so we picked a lot of material from that era, which was obviously picked up by the British bands in the 70s, you know, Fleetwood Mac and Eric Clapton and that. So I always liked that era of British music, and so after doing, you know, after being around a bit, I got to the basis of all that, which was the American stuff, you know, that came from the States. And I've always had a soft spot for that sort of stuff. So basically we started doing mostly songs that we knew, you know, Rock Me Baby and all those typical cliched ones. But now we're putting in songs that are less known, but fit the...
Please do not forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. Mick Ralphs, the guitarist and songwriter whose work shaped two of the 1970s most iconic rock bands, has died at the age of 81. His passing on June 23, 2025, follows a long period of ill health after a stroke in 2016 ended his live performances. Remembered for his tasteful guitar lines and songwriting gifts, he leaves behind a legacy that continues to resonate with fans and fellow musicians alike. Born Michael Jeffrey Ralphs in March 1944 in rural Herefordshire, England, he discovered the guitar as a teenager and quickly immersed himself in local bands. His earliest group evolved into one that would become known as Mott the Hoople, formed in 1969 when a charismatic singer joined the lineup and the band signed to a notable label. In those formative years, Ralphs honed his craft, writing and co-writing songs that blended grit and melody. Tracks like Ready for Love and Rock and Roll Queen bore his fingerprints, showcasing a balance between raw energy and melodic sensibility. Though initial releases did not immediately find chart success, the turning point came when a famed artist lent the band a song that became their breakthrough. That moment catapulted the group into prominence, and Ralph's guitar work was central to their sound, restrained when needed yet capable of delivering searing solos. Despite rising acclaim, he opted to leave Mott the Hoople in the early 1970s, seeking new creative partnerships and acknowledging his own vocal limitations. He soon co-founded Bad Company alongside a renowned singer, a respected drummer, and a bassist vocalist. This new ensemble signed with a high-profile manager and quickly achieved meteoric success. Their debut album went multi-platinum and featured enduring hits such as Can't Get Enough, and a revamped version of Ralph's earlier song Ready for Love, now enhanced by the lead singer's distinctive voice. The straightforward songwriting and crisp performances resonated widely. Ralph's guitar tone, clean yet powerful, and his compositional instincts were at the core of the band's appeal. Over the next decade, Ralphs continued to shape classic rock staples. He co-wrote Feel Like Makin Love and contributed memorable riffs to songs like Shooting Star. His collaborative spirit extended beyond his own bands. He worked with peers on songwriting projects and even joined a celebrated guitarist on a solo tour in the mid-1980s. These collaborations underscored the respect he commanded among fellow musicians. Although Bad Company's initial run ended in the early 1980s, the group reunited multiple times, and Ralphs remained involved whenever health permitted. He also reconnected with his former bandmates from the early English ensemble for reunion tours in the 2000s. Alongside these reunions, he led his own blues band, performing regularly until his stroke in 2016 forced him to step away from the stage. His final live performance took place at a major London arena, marking the close of an era for a musician who had remained creatively vibrant into his 70s. Throughout his career, colleagues described him as humble and dedicated. One close friend and collaborator reflected that Ralphs left exceptional songs and memories, praising his sense of humor and versatility on guitar. Another remarked on his songwriting talent and the depth he brought to every performance. These sentiments highlight the personal bonds he formed over decades of collaboration, as well as the admiration he inspired in others. Ralph's songwriting legacy endures through radio playlists and streaming services. Songs he penned or co-penned continue to introduce his work to new audiences. His style, favoring song-serving solos over flashy showmanship, serves as a lesson in musical taste and restraint. Aspiring guitarists often cite his clean, melodic approach as an example of how to support a song rather than overshadow it. In interviews before his health declined, he spoke about crafting songs that connected emotionally, a principle reflected in the enduring popularity of his catalog. Later in life, even after his stroke confined him to limited mobility, he remained engaged with music behind the scenes. He offered mentorship to younger artists, shared reflections on songwriting, and celebrated the continuing impact of his work. His partner and family, along with former bandmates, provided support and kept his creative spirit alive through stories and occasional studio appearances when possible. He is survived by his partner, 2 children, and 3 stepchildren, as well as extended family and friends who remember him not only for his musical achievements but for his warmth and wisdom. Those closest to him recall a thoughtful individual whose creativity enriched both personal relationships and professional collaborations. His journey, from a teenager in Herefordshire to global stages, embodies the story of an artist driven by passion rather than fame alone. As news of his passing spread, fans revisited the albums that bear his imprint, from the anthems of his first band to the arena classics of his second. Social media filled with shared memories, concert footage, guitar solos, and anecdotes about how his songs touched people's lives. Music writers reflected on how his understated yet effective guitar work underpinned some of rock's most recognizable tracks. Critics noted that though he rarely sought the spotlight for himself, his contributions formed the backbone of songs that stood the test of time. Later this year, the band he co-founded will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The ceremony will be bittersweet without him on stage, but it cements his place among influential figures in rock history. Fans and fellow musicians alike view this recognition as a fitting tribute to a songwriter and guitarist whose work transcended eras. While he cannot be there in person, his presence will be felt through the songs that earned this honor. Beyond charts and accolades, Mick Ralphs' life story speaks to the enduring power of perseverance and creativity. He navigated the changing landscape of the music industry across decades, embraced collaborations, and remained true to his musical instincts. His work reminds us that great songwriting often lies in serving the song itself, crafting parts that fit perfectly into a larger whole. For many, his riffs evoke memories of youth, road trips, and the communal experience of rock concerts. As the music world mourns his loss, listeners will continue to find solace and inspiration in his recordings. Guitarists will study his solos, songwriters will learn from his structures, and fans will cherish the emotional connections his music fostered. Though his final years were marked by health struggles, his spirit remained woven into every chord he played and every song he helped create. Mick Ralphs' passing at 81 marks the end of a remarkable chapter in rock history, but the melodies and riffs he crafted ensure that his voice lives on. In homes, cars, and concert halls, his music persists as a testament to a career defined by taste, collaboration, and passion. As friends, family, and fans honor his memory, they celebrate an artist whose contributions will echo for generations to come. Rest in peace, Mick Ralphs. Your music plays on. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to daily updates and never miss a video.